Published 1326 EDT, the 26th of August 2017. Updated 1431 EDT, the 26th of August 2017. When Joe Root said before this game that he expected West Indies to bounce back from their dreadful defeat at Edgbaston, no one imagined he was being anything other than polite. Yet after 2 days of this remarkable second test, the thoughts of England's new captain may be rather less diplomatic. They may not even be printable. Astonishingly, a team that lost 19 wickets last Saturday in Birmingham lost only 4 this time, one of them a night watchman, as Kraigg, Brathwaite and Shai scored centuries of the highest class in a fourth wicket stand of 246. Kraigg Brathwaite leaves the field after being bowled by England's Stuart Broad. Brathwaite right formed a formidable partnership with Shai left on Brathwaite stumps. West Indies were pinching themselves at 329 for 5, a lead of 71. Headingley has often dealt in miracles, and if England lose here after winning the first test by an innings and 209, another could yet take its place in the pantheon. We are in for a revealing couple of days. In truth, only the partisan, the optimistic and the contrarian foresaw the fight back. After West Indies' surrender in the first test, they were branded pathetic and embarrassing by Curtly Ambrose, who used to reserve the adjectives for opposition batsmen. Their coach Stuart Law, meanwhile, had urged his players to look in the mirror, which sounded like a plea of last resort, and which some critics reckon they have spent too much time doing anyway. And when, early on the second morning, Jimmy Anderson removed Kyle Hope, Shai's older brother, to reduce West Indies to 35 for 3, another rout looked likely. Hope celebrates his century on the second day of the second test on Saturday. Ben Stokes reacts on a rather dismal day for England's bowlers at the crease. The joke ahead of this series was that the touring party contained a third Hope sibling, cruelly christened No, but Shai now joined Brathwaite to compile their side's biggest test partnership for almost 5 years and breathe life into an apparently dead series. By 5:05 p.m., when West Indies moved into the lead, the only laughing that could be heard came from down under. On this evidence, Australia will fancy their chances of regaining the Ashes. As Brathwaite, just 24, and Hope, 23, set about playing England's finest bowlers as if Edgbaston had never happened, the thought occurred that the home selectors would pay good money to buy both a British passport. Part of the reason England find themselves chasing this game is because of the latest failure of their top order on Friday, a festering sore which their bowlers will not always be able to soothe. Brathwaite leaves the field at tea after producing his fine century on Saturday. Hope acknowledges the crowd along with Jermaine Blackwood at the end of day 2 for Mark Stoneman, Tom Westley and David Malin. The second innings here, and the final test at Lord's, are shaping up as mini referenda on their internationals' careers. It may be harsh, particularly on Stoneman, who has only just begun, but impending Ashes series have always focused the mind. And England's below par 258 meant that, even while Anderson moved to within 5 of 500 test wickets with figures of 126,103, they lacked the margin for error they had enjoyed after scoring 514 last week. In all honesty, it shouldn't have mattered. The lights had come on before lunch, when glowering northern skies cried out for Headingley's fabled fuller length. Yet despite discussing precisely this strategy before play, England's seamers struggled to pitch it up, allowing West Indies off the hook after Anderson had taken care of night watchman Devendra Bishu and, thanks to a sharp catch at second slip by Root, Hope the elder. A lunchtime score of 109 for 3 represented a triumph for the batsmen, who emerged after the break to bright sunshine. For England, this was bad news. Headingley folklore demands that, to gauge conditions, you look up, not down. West Indies instantly felt more at home. There was some joy for England, notably when Ben Stokes forced an error from Rust and Chase Stewart brought high-five Stokes after his ball to Chase provided an easy catch for Alistair Cook, and make no mistake, the batting of Brathwaite and Hope contained more than a hint of pipe and slippers. In Brathwaite's case, this shouldn't have come as a great surprise. As recently as October, he totaled 202 runs against Pakistan in Sharjah without being dismissed. Only Graham Smith and Alistair Cook have now scored more than his 6 test hundreds before the age of 25. If he overturned leg before decisions on 35 and 46, it was no more than he deserved. Across 6 hours and 18 minutes, he attempted to deal with the claim that young West Indians have waylaid the art of constructing a test innings. Hope came with less pedigree, to say nothing of a batting average of 19. But he grew in stature, moving to 99, with a on-a-legged pull-off Ben Stokes that earned a comparison in the commentary box with the right hand, Brian Lara. To his unrestrained delight, a single next ball brought up his first test century. England captain Joe Root will aim for his side to improve significantly on day 3. Not until 5:30 p.m. did England break through, as Broad, knees pumping as he charged in down the hill with the second new ball, bowled Brathwaite with a beauty. Only once before, when Gary Sobers and Seymour Nurse added 265 back in 1966, had two West Indians shared a bigger partnership at Headingley. The locals did not need to know the history to give Brathwaite a standing ovation. The new faces in charge of Caribbean cricket, the board's chief executive Johnny Grave, director of cricket Jimmy Adams, and Law himself, have argued passionately that the region lacks not talent but self-belief. Both were on show here. Stokes massaged a frustrating day when he had Roston Chase held high at first slip for 5, but hope was still there at stumps, unbeaten on 147, and with power to add. England are not out of this game, not least because they must surely bat better in their second innings. But they have been as poor here as they were electric at Edgbaston. And inconsistency will not win them the Ashes.